Do you ever look at yourself in the mirror thinking that you hate yourself? Look, life is full of ups and downs, and that's a reality, and we all know that. And we don't always have the strength to have a positive attitude towards life and what's happening in our life in any given time. I'll tell you a story. I used to feel I used to feel bad about myself. I remember when I was 21 years old, I was living by myself. Just broke up with my ex-girlfriend, and I felt bad, physically bad. My health was bad, um, and when you're in a situation like that, it's so much harder to have a positive outlook towards your life and towards where you're heading. And actually, I remember days after days after days of me just sitting there and feeling so miserable. And on the outside, I was great, but on the inside, nobody could have told that I was actually suffering. I was not feeling well, and I was feeling lost. I didn't know where I was going to go. I don't know. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, and I totally lost direction, any type of sense of direction that I could have had up till that point. So when you lose track of where you want to go, it's so much harder to have any sort of certainty in your life. And without certainties, you're going to get lost. Give another example. A few years later, I was in the UK, and with my current girlfriend, she was working and I wasn't. She was commuting to work up to an hour and a half, um, just to go to work every day, and I was at home just instead of making use of the time that I had in my hands, I was just staying home, feeling sorry for myself once again, and not knowing what to do. Really, I knew what to do, but I felt kind of paralyzed again. I felt lost, and instead of um, focusing on myself, looking at it as the perfect time for me to invest in myself more than ever, I just stayed still without really doing much, without doing much about anything. And then I realized one day that nobody was going to save me. I was not a child anymore. I couldn't cry. I couldn't, even if I cried, I couldn't breathe. That was not going to change anything. I was going to get out of it, and I was going to have to depend from my own efforts. And even if someone comes along, even if someone came along and offered help, it would still have been me accepting the help. Sometimes it's easy to say, oh, I need help, and feeling powerless, and thinking that because someone came along, they saved you. But really, how many times people give you advice, even your parents give you advice about something, and you don't listen to it. But someone else, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 10 months down the line, says exactly the same thing, and you take it on board. So that shows you that it's not the person, it's not even always what they say, it's you that you allow whatever comes in your life to be and to stay. So um, I was I realized I was asking people from the outside to respect me and to love me before I was respecting and loving myself. And that changed everything for me. And then I started doing things that made me feel good about myself. Gradually, I started meditating. I started spending more time at the gym, going for a run, and reading books. Just you know, constructive things, and having these type of conversations with people very close to me. And then I did another thing that was very important. I started demanding respect from myself, to myself, from myself. So I started looking at myself in the mirror and I started faking love towards myself, and in the morning I would look at myself and say, "Damn, you look good today," although I didn't really believe it at the time, maybe. Um, but I was really trying to rewire that negative chatter in my head and help myself. So now I wake up looking at myself in the mirror, and I think some days I think I look great, but it doesn't matter. I look at myself in the mirror, I give myself compliments because I realize that in my life I am my own hero and nobody else is going to come and save me. So if you ever look at yourself in the mirror thinking you hate yourself, I suggest you take these steps. Calm yourself down and know that it's you. It's nothing else that's happening outside there. It's no one else is coming. It's not your life circumstances. It's not. It's not. It's just you. You can change it, and there's a lot of power in saying and acknowledging that it's you, that you've got the tools inside of you to fix this without expecting anyone else to come along. So, what if they never show up? Rely on yourself. You are perfect. You've got everything that you need. Use your tools.